him, then we can actually get him on there. So we've got it ready to go. And we'll be live here in about 2 minutes. Welcome everybody. All right. Very cool. Thanks everybody. Everybody's helping out. Get your phones on, your speakers on mute. That's great. Okay, and we're just waiting for Tommy so we can get started here. Since we're doing the webinar for Tommy tonight, and we get the Facebook Live going, for everybody else, welcome. Get started here in just a moment. Okay, there we go. All right, Mr. Johnson. Okay, you jumped up there. All right. Gotcha. You hear me, Tommy? Okay, great. Yeah, why don't you pop yourself up there? We can see your bright, smiling face. Oh, really? That's strange. I think it would. Try that and just see if that allows you to. Okay, cool. Great, and Tommy, I'm showing we've got about 30 seconds till start time. So we've got your entire team here on the webinar on Fuse, and we're also doing a Facebook Live tonight at the same time on the One Team Global Facebook page. So we're doing both at the same time. You know me, I'm an overachiever, right? I can't just do one. I got to do both at the same time. So there we go, man. 6 o'clock. Let's roll.
Crazy, yeah. I'm excited to kick this meeting off tonight. We've got Nathan Ricks coming to everyone live from his beach house in San Clemente. Nathan's been with this company now for 27 years and is a top producer. He's part of the $20 million circle, meaning his team, his organization, his business or distributorship has earned at least $20 million doing what he's doing with this. So he knows what he's talking about. So everybody have your notepad out and let's go, Nathan Ricks.
All right, thanks, Tommy. I just want to say what a pleasure it is to be working with Tommy the last few weeks here. Really, it's just been a blast watching you plug in and catch the vision of what's going on here, and it's just been incredible to have that relationship going with you. So tonight, for everybody on Facebook Live, we're going to jump on this, and we'll switch back and forth between the slides and so forth as we get going. You can see we've got a really good crowd going here tonight, so we're going to just go ahead and plug in one of these here. I think I'm going to do this one here and just see if we can get this slideshow up and running, and we'll give you the details. Our goal is to do this in less than 30 minutes tonight, so we'll jump on it and get it going. All right, let's just talk about 5 key things. Whenever we talk about an amazing business opportunity, in my mind, what I've learned over 27 years of doing this and speaking to hundreds of thousands of business owners around the world is that you got to have certain basic, features in place in your business. And if you don't, it's not going to happen. It's going to likely fail. So what we look for in this type of a business, or really any business, are 5 key areas, right? So one is the right trends that are propelling our business into the marketplace. Number 2 is the technology and products that make it unique so that you're not out there fighting with everybody else with the same Me Too product. Number 3 would be the company. That's who our partner is in this venture. And every company has partnerships, and ours just happens to be with New Skin Enterprises. Finally, we have compensation and then timing. Like, why now would you do something like this? And tonight, we're going to show you that we're literally 2.5 months away from the launch of this product in the Americas region, and it's something that you're going to want to be ready for and take advantage of. And we're going to show you how that's going to work tonight. Let's jump into these market trends really quick. I just want to cover these briefly. The whole point of market trends is to identify sectors of the economy that are growing at a much faster rate than the overall economy, which is anemic right now. This recovery we're supposedly in the middle of in America has really been slow and painful for a lot of people. But inside that recovery, there are certain segments that are growing at double-digit rates. And tonight we're going to talk about a $400 billion segment of this economy that's growing at double-digit rates and rates. Absolute unique advantage here where no one else can capture this market in the way that we're going to capture it. So we're excited to share that with you tonight. So let's talk about these 4 global mega trends that are shaping the way that we actually see this business. One is the anti-aging trend, and this could be well-termed youth preservation trend as well, right? People, even millennials and people in their 20s, want to preserve their youth. They don't want to end up in a wreck at the end, so they want to make sure they take care of themselves now. Today, we have more people alive over the age of 65 than have ever been alive in the entire history of this planet combined over 65. And that's because in the last 70 years, medical science has extended human lifespan dramatically. And today, the average age is about 80 years of age. 30 years from now, it'll be 90. 30 years after that, it'll be 100. And we may be on the verge of certain genetic breakthroughs that could take that to 150 in the next 50 years. That has massive ramifications for everything. For the work life people have, how we work, how we play, how we live, where we live, what we do, what our activities are, how we're going to survive in retirement. And these are big time trends, right? One thing we know for sure is people are living a lot longer than they ever imagined they would. And so they start to think, I want to look better longer and I want to live better longer. And that's where this company, Nu Skin Enterprises, is number one. We are the anti-aging company. We've been tracking this trend for over 30 years. We're the first ones to even talk about anti-aging, and we get it. We're focused on it, and we're the place you want to be if you want to preserve your youth. You want to anti-age. You want to be here. And that goes back to health and wellness and some things we can do in that area that literally no one else in the world can do. So if you're interested in these things, you're here. You're in the right place. Technology and communications, just like we're doing here. Facebook Live, we're doing a Fuse webinar. We got people on from all over the world right now. And what's amazing is that we can talk to anybody, any place, anytime, for free. The world has become a network. And that is really great for a business like ours, which is a network marketing business, right? We have the ability to connect with more people than ever before. And today, the population of the world is more connected than they've ever been to other people. People have a bigger Rolodex, if you will, electronically on Facebook than they ever had with paper cards stuck in a binder. And so it is massive. It's changed the way we communicate, the way we connect. And social media really is where the eyeballs are, and that's where we're spending our time tonight, right here, as well as others. The last trend is supplemental income. You can imagine as people start to live in large numbers into these really old age brackets, every pension plan's underfunded, right? They're going to have to delay starting the payments to you or cut down the payments to you because they don't have the structure. They were never designed for this many people to live this long. And so making an extra $1,000 a month on Nu Skin's social media platform or doing an extra $2,000 a month by building additional parts of the business can make all the difference between a little bit of dignity in retirement or abject poverty and just wondering how you're going to survive. So these are the trends. And what we look at is when we can identify the right trends first, then we try to find products that match those trends. And we know that a rising tide will lift all ships, right? So the trend is your friend. And that's what you got to find out first. That's the most important thing, in my opinion, with a new business, more important than the product. You can always then, once you've identified where people are willing to spend money and they're already spending billions, you don't have to convince them to do it. At that point, you just plug in and you just go, okay? All right, so that is the trends. Now let's move on to point number 2, and we're going to talk about consumption technology. Gillette was probably the original consumption technology company. They figured out a disposable razor would make them disposable blade, I should say, would make them a lot more money than selling razors alone, right? They came up with the disposable blade technology, the razor, they could almost give it away at cost because the money was in the blades. Same thing with these guys right here, right? Everybody's got one of these, cell phone, and basically we run data in minutes through this phone. So hard piece of hardware with soft goods running through it, right? That is the best business model in the world. It's the most powerful model. And so we've seen many companies spend a lot of energy trying to capture this model. And what they've looked at is human consumption, right? What do you do every day? What do you spend money on every day? And how could we put that in a hard good with soft consumption? And we've seen this happen now with 1 billion inkjet printers. Hewlett-Packard makes 40% of their net profit, not the top line. We're talking the net profit they make it from ink cartridges. It is an incredible chunk of HP's business. Keurig, Nespresso, and other people revolutionized coffee. They came out and figured out that we could give you exactly the cup you want, the flavor you want, on demand right now, efficient, don't have to brew a whole pot, waste half of it, right? You have the ability to do that. They've sold 40 billion cups of coffee through this technology, 100 million brewers. Did anybody ever come to any of you guys and say, hey, do you want to distribute these printers in people's home offices or their place of work? We'll pay you on the ink consumption through that device as long as they do it. Or did they say, put these brewers in people's kitchens, we'll pay you on all the coffee they drink through that brewer as long as they do it? Probably not. Probably never happened before. Well, tonight it's going to happen because we're going to introduce you to another consumption technology. And as we've said, we're attacking a $405 billion category. This is a category that's $400 billion globally. That's the anti-aging skincare category. And it's growing at 10% plus a year, okay? This is a phenomenal category. And we're going to see this category change dramatically. In fact, we've got something that is going to step into a $400 billion market that's had very little innovation, literally no innovation in the way products are dispensed for 100 years. It is ripe for the picking, and this company is going to make that happen in a really big way. All right, well, I can see that what I did is I went a little too far there. Let's just go back. Apologies, guys. We'll get right back where we were quick. Okay, so what they've done is they focused on different rooms of the house, and we know that your living room's gone, your kitchen's gone, your bedroom's gone, your home office is gone. There's fierce competition for these rooms of your house, but there is one room that has not been captured yet, and that's the bathroom. And that's where this product, AgeLOC Me, comes into play. Here's a live one right here, okay? So this is an amazing device. I want to tell you a story about how this device came to be. Our company commissioned a large study, 50,000 participants 6 years ago. They did this all over the world in 50 plus countries. They wanted to know, what is your perfect skincare? Tell us about you and about your skin and so forth. When they brought the study data back to the headquarters in Utah and analyzed that data, it was pretty surprising. They realized we need to make like 300 different skincare products to meet the needs of all these different people on a global basis. Well, that's impractical. You can't stock 300 different SKUs in all your warehouses. So it made them ask the question, though, how could we do it? Is there a way that we could actually end up having, customized product? And they hired the top industrial design firm in the world out of London, England. They got the top product scientists, top engineers, and they went through 6 years, $40 million spent to come up with a brand new way to dispense skincare, a way that is so much better. It is so different than anything people have done before that it is going to sweep the market. And it is poised to do it right now. So that's AgeLOC Me. It starts off with an app on your smartphone. And so you download the AgeLOC Me app and you take the assessment. It takes you 15 minutes, 20 questions, and we find out everything about you. We know your location because of the GPS chip that's in your phone. Once we get the latitude, longitude, we know the average temperatures and humidities where you live. We know your age, your sex, your ethnicity. We know your sun exposure, your toxicity exposure, your wrinkles, your pore sizes, your texture, all these things. And we can crunch that data through the app, and then we can end up giving you 4 unique codes that signal these kind of cartridges, okay? And you can see these are my specific cartridges that have unique numbers and letters on them, and that was the version for me that I needed for my skin, and you'll get your version for your skin via the app, okay? And once you do that, then it has a little readout on the top, and you can sit there and tell it it's, application time. Once you do that 7 days straight, it memorizes the average time you use the product, and it will end up prompting you with a flashing light, an AgeLOC logo, to put your hand in the device at those times, morning and night, so you can have your treatments. And it is phenomenal, guys. There's like nothing anyone's ever seen. No one's ever seen anything like it. It's as simple as taking that device out there and just going and showing people and popping the top and saying, what does that look like? People say, that looks like the cartridges in my inkjet printer. You go, exactly. Did anybody ever invite you to place those printers? I don't think so. We are. You can do this with us, and you can have a phenomenal business that you can build here for yourself. So let's actually just talk for just a second about this device. So it's personalized and it's smart. It knows when you use it. It's driven by that app. You can go back to that app and continue to dial it in and fine-tune your particular application. We can make up to 2,000 unique customized formulas for you. That makes us at least 1,999 times better than everybody else who just got a bottle and says, there you go, there's our bottle. We make it for millions of people. And what that means is one size fits all, right? We all know one thing for sure. One size fits all means one size fits no one. That's what it really means. And so what we have is this very powerful customization. As I mentioned, 40 million spent, and that's resulted in Nu Skin being very deliberate about the intellectual property and saying, how do we protect the property here that we've created that no one's ever thought of before? And so we've got 4 patents published, 27 claims in those patents that protect this intellectual property from every angle. We've tried to say, how would they come after us? Because, ladies and gentlemen, they have to come after us. They cannot just sit back and stay with their bottles and jars and let us come up with this technology and just grab this whole market. They can't do it. They got to respond. And we know they're scrambling to respond right now. We've already got inside information on the biggest companies in this industry, literally flabbergasted, like, seriously, Provo, Utah, how did they beat us in this particular, coming up with this particular technology? Well, they've done it, guys, and on the screen here you can see some of the 38 existing cartridges that you can select from based on your answers in the app, and you get 5 of these that can be mixed obviously into thousands of combinations, right? We will continue to expand those selections as we come up with new uses for the product. So in summary, I just want you to know why AgeLOC Me is going to win and why it's going to win in the billions. And it's going to be billions, multiple, plural, okay? 1, we can customize and nobody else can customize. It's basically, here it is, take it or leave it. 2, we can utilize new ingredients that have never been possible to use before in skincare products. And why is that? It's because we can hold those ingredients separate in these different cartridges, right? I don't know if you understand pH balance and so forth, but pHs of products can be alkaline or acidic. And some ingredients love to live in an acidic environment, like alpha hydroxy acids, right? That's an acid. Other ingredients want an alkaline environment. Can you put both of those in the same product, in the same jar? You can't. It's impossible. So you can't even use half the ingredients, right? There's other ingredients that don't play well with other ingredients in the product. They neutralize them. There's some ingredients that are affected by the massive preservative systems people put in their products. And so all of a sudden now, you can get a potency of product 3D printed with this laminar flow printing head right here that can be dispensed in a way with a purity and potency that is impossible to achieve without a device like this. You cannot do it in bottles and jars. And that's why it is so potent and so powerful. We get hygienic product delivery. What does that mean? Well, whether you know it or not, every time you dip your finger into a jar of product, you just contaminated the jar. Every time you use a pump and you wipe it on your palm, or you go ahead and you squeeze a tube and you take your finger and wipe the top of the tube, you just contaminated that bottle, that tube, that sunscreen, that jar, that lotion, whatever it is. People think, well, I wash my hands. Well, unless you disinfected under your fingernail, then you didn't get it done. You infected the jar. Every skincare manufacturer knows that the bathroom is a more moist, warmer environment. It's the perfect place to grow bacteria. And so if you didn't have preservative systems, antibacterial mechanisms in pretty much all these products, you'd grow a petri dish in your bathroom. And so because of that, these things have like limited ability to help ingredients that are active to survive. In fact, they may even limit some actives because of the preservative systems at the levels they have to apply it. So what's so great about AgeLOC Me is you can't touch the product. You can't stick your finger in it. There's no way for you to infect the product with your skin. Your skin cannot come in contact with it. And so you deliver a product that's a lot more hygienic. I mean, best case, if you end up having your preservative system in your current skincare line actually do its job, then the best case is it's killing bacteria every day. And what you're doing is you're rubbing dead bacteria on your face. That's kind of disgusting when you think about it. I mean, once people kind of stop and just analyze this, they kind of go, I'm getting the EBGBs, about my skincare line. I don't think I want to do that anymore. And I promise you, once you go to this product where you can 3D print on demand, super potent, super pure, you will never go back. It's like old school. You will not go back to the bottles and jars. It's just too convenient, too fast, too simple to make it work like this. And that's why it does such a great job. Now, I want to talk a little bit about this 3D printing, okay? This 3D printing is cool. We had a third-party laboratory based in Japan where they're completely over the top about their skincare and their quality. And they did a third-party study for us to prove that the 3D printing mechanism literally is so exact, it lays down 40 separate layers. You can hear it in there going zit, 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 as it's laying and printing your 40 different unique layers. It is so precise in its printing that we get 3 times more absorption. Even if you utilize different products, I'm just going to take a little pointer here. Notice these are the same ingredients, R, X, and Q. Same ingredients here, R, X, and Q. This is 3 times more absorption when you 3D print it because of the preciseness of that printing versus taking those same ingredients, stirring them up with a spoon, and then putting them on your face. 3 times less absorption. So there's a lot to this 3D printing deal and why it works and how it works. Now, this is what your package is going to look like when you can get it. We're not even selling this yet, guys. We have a pre-launch starting mid-November. The actual product goes on sale January 10th, 2017. So we're 10 weeks out from the launch of this product. It's like you reading the Wall Street Journal in June next year, and you can invest today, and you can see what the stock prices are going to be, right? We're telling you what is going to happen before it even happens, okay? So this is powerful information if you take action on it, all right? So this is what it's going to look like. These are the components. And what's so great about this is when you go on a 90-day automatic delivery of this product on auto ship, then you get an AgeLOC Me guarantee. What does the guarantee say? If you're dissatisfied for any reason in 90 days of usage of this product line, you can request a full refund. As long as you're on auto ship, then you're going to get a free Gentle Cleanse and Tone, a $50 product free every 60 days. So we're so confident that once you get on this, you're going to love it. We're willing to give a money-back guarantee based on your interpretation of your satisfaction. And we're willing to go ahead and provide you your cleanser and toner free while you get both moisturizers day and night, and you get actually 3 different serums. And so the last thing I want to talk about is the price. Okay, you have the ability to have one of the options for 99 bucks here. Okay, you get lots of choices. You get massive customization. 99 bucks, guys, right there. You get a day and a night moisturizer and 3 serums right here, okay? If you go to Walmart, you go to a discount drugstore, and you pick 6 products, guys, you're going to spend more than 99 bucks, and it's trash, okay? You are getting the highest quality skincare that you can't even get from a bottle in a jar, and you can get it right here with this product. Now, we're not selling that product yet. So for you to get in this game and position yourself with a footprint to take advantage of what's going to happen here with this launch of AgeLOC Me, you need to purchase some of our other amazing products. Here's a product. We've sold 5 million of these facial spas, the only FDA cleared facial device in the country. 5 million of those, guys. How many millions of AgeLOC Me's do you think we're going to sell? This is a twice-a-week treatment device, right? This one right here, True Face Essence Ultra, unique proprietary ingredients. They're patented. This is one of our most sticky products we have, proven to increase elastin production in your skin when nothing else will do it. So these are major product lines from our company. We also have this body reshaping system. It's not a diet. Preserves lean tissue and strips fat off your body. An amazing product. And finally, the Biophotonic Scanner. We own 5 global patents on this device. The only device in the world that can in 30 seconds tell you whether you've got enough antioxidant protection embedded in the cells of your body to defend those cells against the onslaught of free radicals that hit your cells billions of times a day. Do you have your body protected or not? That's the question. The only company in the world that can tell you the answer to that question is Nu Skin. That's it. You have to come to us to get that answer, and that's a critical part of youth preservation and anti-aging because it works from the inside out and keeps you young. So these product lines are available today, and this is how we recommend you're going to start your business. Okay, now we got 75 scientists that make this all happen. That's why it's the investment in R&D that very few companies can do. And we do it, and that's why we're on the cutting edge of youth preservation and anti-aging, and we do it all the time. All right, quickly, we'll just wrap this up in the next few minutes. we've got an amazing company here, publicly traded. We're an open book. This company is responsible to shareholders, distributors, and to the board of directors. And so they can't just sit back on their laurels. They have to produce growth. They've got to increase the share price. They've got to make a new opportunity for distributors. You know what I love about this company? Here's a 33-year-old company. And you may say, well, gosh, certainly there's not much opportunity. Are you kidding me? That's what these entry points are with brand new breakthrough technologies like this that we put $40 million into. All of a sudden, we blow open a $400 billion market and turn it right on its head with this kind of disruptive technology, right? All of a sudden, it pops open a window that's bigger than the entire company by 200 times, okay? So all of a sudden, you've got massive opportunity. You've got this ground floor opportunity, just like a startup, but you're wrapped inside of a 30-year-old stable, solid, publicly traded company that's got the resources to really go after markets that no startup could ever consider going after. That's what we're talking about here, and we do it with this network marketing model that allows us to create a network of consumption, to leverage our efforts, millions of customers, millions of distributors, and we end up having this phenomenal opportunity. So that's what you get when you come to this company. Point number 4 is compensation. I've said for a long time, you don't put percentages in your bank account. You put dollars in your bank account, last I checked, right? You can slice and dice percentages till the cows come home, guys. It just doesn't really matter. What really matters is what's the track record and how much money has actually been paid. Nu Skin's coming up on literally $13 billion of commissions paid since the beginning of this company to the distributor force. We're paying more than $1 billion a year in commissions right now, every year. And that's going to grow as this company captures a huge swath of this $400 billion sleeping skincare market. And we're going to smack this thing and take this thing to $10 billion in short order. That's what's going to happen. So that kind of growth, 4 times growth in the next 5 years is what we're talking about. This is real growth, real opportunity, real upside, and you want to take advantage of it. I'm just going to focus on really just 2 parts of the chart that's on your screen here. On the left side of your chart, you can see this little box, a little bubble says EX. That stands for executive, okay? You have to qualify to become an executive. You do an executive qualification by achieving 4,500 points of product volume in a 1 or 2 or 3 month time frame. When you do it, then you make about $6,000 a year, about $500 a month, which isn't a lot of money, but it's a car payment, helps with a house payment, gives swim lessons to your kids, whatever, right? It just so happens to be that that is the place you need to be by the end of October. Today, right now, we're sitting here on October 20th, right? We're going to go ahead and we're going to close the volume month of October on November 1st at midnight Mountain Time. From today until that day, you got 12 days. 12 days right now. Anybody who's serious about this can become that executive right there, and you can do it in the next 12 days. What does it take? It takes you joining the business tonight with a buy 3, get 1 free option. We'll show you that in just a moment. And finding 3 other people that do that with you before midnight on November 1st. And when you accomplish that, magic happens in terms of this AgeLOC Me positioning and your footprint that you're going to be able to create in your business. Now, the last one I want to focus on this chart is the far right on your screen, and that is a position with 12 inside the circle, and that's a title we call Blue Diamond. This is a position that is occupied by approximately 2,000 people right now globally in this company. Those people are earning more than $500,000 a year. Now, I'm just going to ask you, where you work today, how many people make $500,000 a year? None? 1? 2? Maybe 5? Maybe 50 in a huge multinational company? Ladies and gentlemen, 2,000 people are parked in that position today. That's the average. Some make more, some make less. That's the average, right? We release these numbers by law. We're a public company. You can take that to the bank, okay? That is the fact. So we watch people who spend 5 years, 6 years, they end up at this $500,000 position, 7 years maybe. If it took you 10 years, would that be worth it? Have you been doing something for 10 years anyway? Are you even close to that? Probably not. And it's because you're not in a vehicle like this. If you have figured out that working a job and renting your body and brain to a company for a salary or an hourly wage is never going to get you anywhere, then that's the first step, recognizing the problem, right? That's because you're the focal point of your income creation. It's all you. And if you ever stop showing up, it stops. The income stops. What we're talking about is spending the same time You're going to spend the time either way. Why spend it trading it away with no leverage and end up with nothing when you can take that same time and spend it inside of a vehicle like this where you can create a footprint, where you can create a customer base that consumes those products daily and that money shows up in your bank account every month. That's what we're talking about. To me, it is just a no-brainer. I mean, you're going to spend the time anyway. Why not do it in a place that can pay you for the rest of your life potentially, right? So that's what we're talking about. Now, I just want you to look. That's what's on my screen here. So this is, research by Professor Rogers, the Rogers curve of customer adoption. Guys, we're in pre-launch here, okay? We got 10 weeks until this thing's readily available in the market. We are not at this point looking for most of the people. We're looking for a very unique segment. We're looking for that first part, that 2.5% of the people that are innovators. These are the risk takers in our economy. These are the ones that sleep overnight on the sidewalk in front of the Apple store because they have to have the first new iPhone. They want to be the first guy to show it to everybody at work, in their office, their neighborhood, right? And then we also want to focus on those early adopters. They're not going to sleep on the sidewalk, but they're going to order it online immediately, and they're still going to be the first guy in their area to have their smartphone, right? And so this 16% of the population will get it like that. And if you're sitting there talking to people that are scratching their head like, I don't quite get it. 400 billion, no one's ever done it. Let's see if we can capture the whole thing. I don't get it. If that's the person, that's their reaction, next. You don't have time to mess around, right? You got to focus on people that are like got their lights turned on bright. They get it. They're awake. And they're looking for things like this. And believe me, folks, they're out there. I mean, they're sleeping on the sidewalks in front of the Apple stores, right? That is who we're going to focus on. They're going to see this. You're going to pop that top one time, and the light bulbs are going to go on, and they're going to say, I get it. I completely get it. Tell me the deal. What do we got to do? And that's when you're going to say, here's what you're going to do, right? So let's talk about these innovators and early adopters. 16% of the market. We call that our high probability targets, right? So there's 16% of 136 million households just in the U.S. and Canada. That doesn't count all of Central and South America, okay? 21,760,000 high probability households. That's what we're talking. That's 16% of all the households in North America. If we were to go out and sell 1 out of 10 of the high probability households, okay, we're making this ridiculous now, okay, then we know that we can get approximately 1.5 of these in every home. Men are one of the biggest growth sectors in anti-aging skincare today. It's competitive out there. Men realize I got to look as good as I can look. Men are not going to use that bewildering array of bottles, this whole system that people have. They're not going to do it. But all of a sudden they see this and they go, done. I'm telling you, for me, I've never used our skincare consistently in 27 years until now. It is literally 2 minutes. It is so simple. It is so easy that you just go, boom, you're done, right? And I think we're going to see men utilize this product at a 50% rate of women. Once they start to see their wives or their partners doing it, they're going to go, hey, that's pretty simple. I should be doing that. If we sell these 1.5 into those 1 out of 10 high probability households, that's 3 million AgeLOC me's just in this country. I think we can do that in the next 2 to 3 years, okay? It's going to happen, guys. It is so simple, right? So before I go to the rules to play the game, I want to show you a video I found on YouTube. I mean, this is pretty remarkable. I'm just going to reach over here and grab this video, guys. Okay, I'm going to play this video. Just watch this, okay?
Skincare system, and it has changed my morning and evening routines. This has taken the guesswork out of a multi-step skincare regimen and made it quick and effective without sacrificing quality. Nu Skin has created an entirely new approach to anti-aging skincare by using technology to personalize their products. Now, instead of visiting an esthetician, you can simply complete the AgeLOC Me self-assessment at the comfort of your own computer. After answering your age, ethnicity, and environmental factors, you will receive a custom promo code to order your personalized products from almost 2,000 combinations. Being a busy mom, I don't have the time for myself that I had in my 20s. Now, Nu Skin has given me that time back through their smart, convenient, and intuitive product delivery system, receiving a precise dose of serums and moisturizers every day and night. To be honest, before AgeLOC Me, a multi-step routine seemed too overwhelming. I was lucky to even apply a morning and nightly moisturizer, but now I can receive the benefits without adding any steps to my routine. I love finding new, innovative, and effective products to share with you guys, and I hope you are just as excited about this one as I am.
I mean, is that amazing or what? Folks, I just want to explain something. I don't think you get it yet, okay? I don't think anybody quite understands what's going to happen here. We're talking about a brand new entrant in a $400 billion market that has really been stagnant for 100 years, okay? We just turned the whole thing on its head. You should be talking to the most successful people you know. Okay, I want you talking to CEOs and presidents and business owners and people that are multimillionaires, okay? Why? Because they understand these kind of things. They're going to get it like that. And they know large circles of influence. Guys, that's on YouTube, okay? People are posting this stuff on social media. When I started this business, you could never put the story out like this. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen right now. All of a sudden, people are going to see this in the market because they're going to see it on social media. And they're going to be scrambling, trying to figure out where they can get it, where they can find a distributor they can buy it from. You know, if you were out there like, you know, drinking coffee, all of a sudden Keurig shows up on the scene. Boom, Keurigs are everywhere. All of a sudden, it's like it just burst. Everybody's aware of it, right? It reaches a certain level of consciousness, a certain market penetration, and all of a sudden it just sweeps. Everybody sees it, everybody gets it, and everybody wants it. That's exactly what's going to happen with this, but it's going to happen on steroids this time because of social media. And that's why it's critical that you get a footprint in place so that you can take advantage of it. You need to be an executive by the end of this month. We talked about it. You got 12 days. When you do that, Nu Skin will give you 6 codes, and each code is good for one of these. Okay? If you get these out there and people start popping the top on a daily basis, even if they did it once a day, and you got 6 of them out there, then you're going to go out and have hundreds of people popping this top, right? Okay, if you place those codes and you get them all sold in November, guess what happens? They'll give you 6 more codes in December, okay? Every code's an AgeLOC Me. You got 12 of them. They're doing 30 pops a day, okay? 1 a day for each of them, okay? They do 30 a month for 12. That's 360 pops in a month. 360 times somebody sees it, okay? If you were to place 1,000 of these devices where people are using this on a daily basis, 1,000 of these people going through these $99 cartridges on a monthly basis, they're just using it and loving it, you're going to make $50,000 a year. Now, the bigger question is, how big can you make your footprint? Could you find 10 people that want to make $50,000 a year? Because if you can do that, you'll make $500,000 a year. Okay, that is what the power of building a network is all about. So the goal is get as many executives as you can by October 31st and get as many codes as you can in those executives' hands, okay? That's the deal, guys. You can start now or you can start later. We're not going to go away. This company is going to keep coming up with breakthroughs, but I got to tell you, this is the best one I have ever seen by a big, big margin. We are going to smack it out of the park on this, right? It's going to happen in a huge way. So don't miss it, because that's your lost opportunity if you wait, and it could be really, really significant. So we told you we'd show you how to get started. We got 10 different packages. They're $385 each. If you buy 3 of those packages, you can buy a facial spa, you can buy True Face Essence Ultra, you can buy TR90 to strip fat and keep muscle, you can buy this amazing daily use package, the nutrition package, and raise your scanner score and protect the tissues of your body. You should try these anyway. So you're going to spend $1,155, and that is it, folks, to start a business. That is nothing to start a business, okay? And you get exposed to the most amazing products, and you qualify as an executive when you get 3 people to do that with you this month in the next 12 days. And then you get codes for November 15th. You get more codes if you use the ones in November. You get 6 more in December. And then you have this footprint in place for January 10th, which is the launch in the Americas for this most amazing product. Anyway, Tommy, I'm going to kick it back to you to wrap it up in 30 seconds or so. And we got the Facebook group here listening as well. Been great being with you guys tonight.
Yeah, great. Thanks a lot, Nathan. That was awesome. You know, my wife Lindsay and I have been on the sidelines watching Nathan from afar for over a decade now, and we've couldn't resist this this new entry point that's been created. So we decided to join, and really is startup and stability coexisting. We've looked for this opportunity for a long time, and I like to say that we've waited 14 years for this. So we're not going to miss this one. We're proud to be your partner, Nathan. Thanks a lot, man.
Hey, Tommy, great to have you guys on board. I'm having a blast, and thanks everybody on Facebook for watching tonight. Good night, everybody. Talk to you later.